Coming up on Mountain News this morning, Eastern Kentucky continues to honor the legacy of a fallen officer in a way he would enjoy. And we'll take a look at some results from this weekend's Kentucky Derby.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning, I'm Madison Carmouche. We are coming up on 6 a.m. on May 6th today. Let's check in with meteorologist Mace Michaels for a look at your forecast this morning.
Good morning. We're watching for some areas of fog, some raindrops around. We'll see some storms later on today. Here in Wise, it's 59 degrees. We have cloudy conditions. As you look across Hazard, we have 61. Notice some low clouds and foggy areas off in the background. Here in the city, the visibility pretty good, but off into the hills and the mountains, you'll definitely run into some lower visibility. Pikeville, your visibility at a quarter mile. Logan, also the same. Ashland, you've been fluctuating from a mile to 2 miles to even better than that. Now you're up to 6 miles. Watch out for the foggy areas. Watch out for the raindrops today. Upper 50s from Wise to Clintwood and Grundy. Otherwise, it's 60-degree weather, waking up to warm temperatures here throughout eastern Kentucky, but also waking up to some raindrops as clouds have increased throughout the night from near Lexington down 75 to north of London and west of Williamsburg back to Monticello. There are a couple of pockets of rain. Be prepared for some of those showers and thunderstorms today. Temps jump through the 60s this morning, up into the mid-70s this afternoon. We'll look for 80-degree weather, but maybe some strong storms Tuesday and Wednesday. I'll have more on that, Madison, coming up.
Thank you, Mace. Folks gathered at the Grove Marina in Corbin to participate in the second annual Logan Medlock Memorial Fishing Tournament. WYMT's RJ Johnson shares how the London Police Department is working to give back to Medlock's family.
Sergeant Logan Medlock was killed in October of 2022. Since then, officials with the London Police Department have been working to keep his legacy alive. So they started the Logan Medlock Memorial Fishing Tournament.
You know, he was an avid outdoorsman, an avid hunter, an avid fisherman. So, you know, we thought what better way to memorialize Logan than to have a fishing tournament in his honor.
On Saturday, more than 100 boats hit Laurel Lake to participate in the second annual tournament.
You know, it's a long day on the water. We had rain off and on today. It went from raining 1 minute to blazing hot sun the next minute. It was just phenomenal. We couldn't be more pleased. London Police Chief Chuck Johnson says Medlock was well known in the community. Logan was well known in the community, and very well thought of. His dad, Major Randy Medlock's been with the London Police Department for 19 years now, so you know they're very well known.
Which translates to the hundreds of people who have been by the side of Medlock's family for more than a year.
The minute that we announce the tournament is coming up, the donations and the sponsors start coming in. You know, very seldom do we have to go looking for donations. They're coming in on their own because the community wants to remember Logan.
With proceeds going to Medlock's family, Johnson says they will continue to support them.
As long as we can keep it going, we'll have them every year.
In Corbin, RJ Johnson, WYMT Mountain News.
Johnson says all of the donations from the community have been helpful in putting on the event. He says they collect donations year-long through the London Police Department Fallen Officers Memorial Foundation. Saturday's Kentucky Derby in Louisville was a dramatic and thrilling race. It was a photo finish as 3 horses crossed the finish line within a hair of each other. Mystic Dan edged out Sierra Leone and Forever Young. The race at Churchill Downs marked the 150th year for the Running for the Roses. The favorite, Fierceness, finished 15th in the 20-horse field. The 3-year-olds competed in what is the first leg of horse racing's Triple Crown race. Torpedo Anna is the official winner of the 2024 Kentucky Oaks now, and with a win under her belt, it's time for her to collect her flowers. The horses and jockeys are vying for the garland of the lilies after the race. Florists at the Middletown Kroger completed the garland Friday night. It is made out of stargazer lilies, but But florists say there are some special features to celebrate the 150th year.
So a little bit something different. We're going to use light gold ribbons, and then the underneath part is usually white on white, where we have the Oaks crest or the Oaks logo and the Commonwealth crest. And this year it's in full color and an all gold Commonwealth crest, which is pretty exciting.
The florist at the Middletown Kroger also created the 40-pound garland of roses for the Derby 150 on Saturday. Thousands across Kentucky came together to watch and celebrate the 150th Kentucky Derby, and folks in Hazard are no different. Saturday, the art station hosted its 4th annual Kentucky Derby watch party. Members of the community were able to enjoy live music, food, drinks, and had the chance to buy paintings from a live artist. And most importantly, people were able to come together and enjoy a Hazard tradition.
It's great to be able to come out here and celebrate with friends, family, and community. I think community is a huge part of joining together and celebrating an event like this that's so specific to Kentucky. We got people from all different walks of life gathered here today to enjoy this time-honored tradition.
The event was also a fundraiser for the art station to support student artists in the community. While Saturday may have been the Kentucky Derby, another annual horse-related tradition was hosted Sunday in the Bluegrass. The 19th annual Old Friends Farm Homecoming, celebrating retired thoroughbreds living in the Bluegrass. People traveled from across the country to be a part of Derby festivities, like Joe and Susan, who were from New Jersey, but came to visit the oldest living winner, Silver Charm.
I respect these horses, they're champions, they're athletes, and so it's good to see places like this preserving horses and saving the horses and open to the public so people could see them.
The couple says their wedding anniversary is the same day Silver Charm won the 1997 Kentucky Derby. The London Laurel County Farmers Market has returned for the warmer season. Between May and October, folks can get fresh produce and handmade items made by people in the community. Secretary and Treasurer Cassie King says they are working with elderly, women, and children to gain access to fresh foods.
We're really excited to be back. It was a really long winter, but this season is already exploding off with just the amount of response that we've gotten. All of our vendors are here. We have over 50 vendors signed up this season. We've been getting messages for about a month like, when's the market open? When's the market open? Well, it's finally open. We've been here since 6:30 this morning, and it's been hopping the whole time.
You can catch the farmers market each Saturday starting at 7 a.m. until 1 p.m. Over the weekend, bad weather couldn't stop these cowboys and cowgirls from having their fun. Saturday was the final day of the Knott County Trail Ride event hosted in Knott County. The ride once only had a handful of participants, but now has outgrown the old site as hundreds of people travel from all over the country to take part in the event.
Well, it started back in 2006, 2007. It was a little small event. A bunch of men got together and wanted to just have a horse ride, and they had like a camp, and it started out there around the ATV center, and it got too big for that, so then they moved out here.
Officials say the people traveled from states as far as Idaho and Montana to come be a part of this year's trail ride.
Pretty cloudy across the area this morning, but it is warm. Temperatures starting off here in Whitesburg at 60 degrees. No raindrops here, but the showers aren't too far away. In Hazard, as the sun is peeking up, you notice some low clouds and foggy areas up into the hills and mountains. We don't have really the low visibility here in Hazard, but there have been some pockets of low visibility. Pikeville airport reading there has a quarter-mile visibility, and Logan, same thing. So watch out for foggy areas, but also watch out for the raindrops. They'll become more numerous this afternoon and evening. It's in the upper 50s and 60s this morning. Of course, the clouds are around, as I mentioned, and the raindrops are starting to move in as well as you look up and down I-75 from near Lexington up to around London, west of Williamsburg to Monticello. We have some areas of rain. So a wet travel forecast. It's not going to rain all day, but there will be pockets of rain around. As we get you out the door, Your temps warm through the 60s this morning, jump up into the mid-70s for later this afternoon, and we'll have showers and thunderstorms to talk about. Severe weather is a concern. More on that coming up, Madison.
Thanks, Mace, and thank you for joining us on Mountain News this morning. More news is on the way. When we return, former President Donald Trump is back in a Manhattan courtroom.